What's up, YouTube? This is Zach here, and today I'm going to do a quick overview of the iPhone 6 speculation and rumored speculations. Now, all these speculations may or may not be true, but we are about 95% accurate on most of these. The sources that I did pick these different specifications from are accurate sources, and I'll leave the links in the description to show you guys where exactly I got these pictures and speculations from. So yeah, I gotta give full credit to the websites below in the description. The actual site that I used for all the pictures is this. It's called Stuff TV, and they gave a review of the iPhone 6. And there's different categories of it, so we're gonna go over some of it right now with you guys. All right. So first of all, here's the letter Apple sent. So I wish we could say more. It's gonna be released on Tuesday, September 9th. Right now it is September 8th, Monday, being that it's 12:10 a.m. And so on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, the iPhone 6 will be released 10 o'clock California time, which is Pacific time, and 1 p.m. Eastern time. So where I live in Ohio, yawn, Ohio sucks. But yeah, so 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. and whatever else in between. So yeah, what basically we got some specs here that I took off that website. Like I said, I'm leaving that website in the description, giving full credit to it. And here's some pictures here that I'll show you too. So we do know that it's going to be the iPhone 6. I don't think that there's a lot of rumors that they would call it the iPhone Air or, the iPhone whatever. I truly think it's going to be the 6. Why would they, just change it? Maybe when the iPhone 10 comes out, that sounds a little bit weird. The iPhone 10, maybe they'll change it then. But other rumors say the bigger version iPhone will be called something different, like the iPhone Air. That could be the case, but there's a lot of speculations that the iPhone 4.7-inch screen, which is the main 6, the iPhone 6 that's coming out tomorrow, they're saying that that may have different specs than the larger iPhone coming out later in the year. The rumor is that they're going to only release one iPhone tomorrow, which honestly, I believe it, but then again, it's like, why would Apple have two events for two of the same type of phones? You know what I mean? Now, being that they're making this 5.5-inch phone later on in the year, is that going to mess up the 6 or the S model? Because, we've had the 4S, the 5S. Is it going to mess up, that talk? It's like tick tock, just like, Intel processors. It's like you have tick, which is the main version, and then talk, which is an updated version, and then it ticks again. There's a whole new phone. So I don't know if this is going to have anything to do with the talk of the tick for the iPhone 6, if that makes any sense to you guys. But I don't know. So right here, we know it's going to be 4.7 inches. We're 99.9% sure on that. The other will be 5.5 inches. Sapphire glass, that's expected. There's a cool video. There are cool videos on YouTube of that sapphire glass. Somehow they got their hands on some of it and did tests. It seems pretty durable. We know it's going to be on iOS 8. I've used iOS 8 already, the beta test. It works good. There's not a million changes, but I like the changes they did. I like how you could just quickly respond to texts and stuff like that. So the screen resolution for the 5.5 inch or 4.7 inch, whatever, we're guessing it's gonna be 960 by 1700 pixels. So I think that's what it'll be. 416 pixel dense PPI pixels per inch. So yeah, it sounds about right. It's going to be an upgraded screen resolution, which is good. Now, this is something that really strikes me here. They're saying that it could be water resistant, although I don't think Apple will do that. There is a company you could send your phone into, and they'll make it water resistant. I don't really know what it's called, but you could look it up. They basically take your phone apart and spray it with some solution, and it coats everything so it's water resistant. I don't know how good it works. I've never had it done. But they're saying it's going to have 2 gigs of RAM, and there's going to be a 128 gigabyte model, which I don't know why, but Apple, every time you go up one upgrade, it's $100, as if it really costs $100 to put 16 extra gigabytes in. It doesn't, but they inflate the price a lot. You can have near field communication, which is NFC. NFC is used in a lot of Android devices. Well, actually, in a lot of every other device, really. I mean, NFC is good for really everything. Speakers, updates from different places. NFC works with a lot of stuff. Better camera, 8 megapixels with 2.2 aperture. Now, when you get something like the Lumia 1020 or whatever that has 40 million pixel or 40 million megapixels. I don't even know how much it has, like 42 megapixels, whatever it has. These companies make these phone cameras sound so good. Like, oh, we just put 10,000 megapixels in the camera. It's supposed to be so good. When really, megapixels doesn't have everything to do with it. The aperture does play a key role. Um, Something pretty interesting is the iPhone 5S is one of the best cameras on the market for smartphones. So, and it's only 8 megapixels, so you should be able to notice that megapixels do not play a key role. It does play a role, but not a key role in the resolution of the screens. So now we have some pictures here. This one right here I found very interesting. The USB cable, they might make it, Apple has a patent to make this reversible. So, as you know already, you can plug in your phone anyway. The cord doesn't have to be a certain direction to plug it in. And USBs, they have to be in a certain way. And if it's nighttime, you don't know which way to put it in. Well, this patent right here, it's very interesting. I mean, I guess it could work, but it would seem looser to me for some reason. But you could put this USB in the computer anyway. Very cool. Um, I'd like that. I don't know why all devices wouldn't do it, but it seems pretty cool. Apple does have a patent, so if somebody else does it, they'll probably sue for $10 billion, whatever they sue for. So this is one of the older rumor pictures of the iPhone 6, which is kind of an outdated picture because now it has these like lines right here. So this is what it's gonna look like, but it's gonna have lines here. I'll show you another picture here. Here is one. It's gonna have these lines right here. So I don't like the back of the phone, but all Apple devices, they might not look good in picture, but when you have them in person, they're a lot better. And you did really notice this sapphire glass. It's not like a regular glass. It seems a lot more rounded maybe, or I don't know. It just looks different. When you look at a normal screen, it looks flat. This looks like it's rounded and maybe a lot smoother to touch, although I could be wrong. But like I said, I don't really care for the back of this phone. Now, of course, the Apple logo isn't engraved in these pictures, and they're just mock-up pictures. So, Apple, their actual device could be better. And here's a picture of the inside of the device. This would be the Apple logo here. It's not that high quality of a picture. But I do have an iPhone 5 I took apart, and this looks a lot different inside than that, I would say. I mean, the battery takes up a huge chunk of the iPhone 5, 5S, 5C. Every iPhone, the battery takes up, I'd say at least 50%, if not more. The battery takes up about this big of a space right there. Then you have your motherboard, you have the switch, the speakers, the lightning cable, the headphone jack, you have all that. Now, there was a lot more rumors about this iPhone, back a couple months ago. They rumored that they were going to get rid of the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and instead of having that, they were going to make the lightning cable have it. So basically, how it would work is, you get an adapter for your Dre Beats or something. It'll have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack that plugs into the headphones, but the part that plugs into the phone will just be a lightning cable. It honestly, to me, it sounds like a great idea, but the only problem is, that there's a lot of headphones on the market, and for all them to all of a sudden change for one phone, I it wouldn't be ideal. But I mean, Apple, they could release, maybe an adapter that would work. But then again, there'd be a lot of people hating on it. I wouldn't necessarily hate. I'd be a neutral feeling about it. But let's say they did get rid of that 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, they'd save a lot of space inside the phone. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but just the inside of a phone, it's so compact, that just the space of this little headphone jack takes up enough space, to put a whole new speaker in. Just as an example, in the space of that little 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, they could put a heart rate sensor or anything like that. And there is supposed to be a heart rate sensor in this iPhone. So um, there's an app that you could get. It's a heart rate beat thing, whatever. It checks your heart rate, your beats per minute. They have an app for that. It seems pretty accurate. It's not 100% accurate, but honestly, it's like if you're not if you're not into health and all that, there's really no need to have it. You know, when I was at the high school, I don't see people walking around wanting to check their heart rate. Because a lot of the kids buy the phone, teenagers, and most of the time they don't really care about that. I've downloaded the app just to try it out and stuff like that. But there's a lot of older people that would like it too. So I guess it's good to add if it doesn't take up that much, space for other stuff, space for improvement. So I find it as a good add-on. But that's about it. I'm very excited for this event. You never know what's going to be at the event. Um, the iWatch might be there. They might release both iPhones. You never know, really. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, it's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern Time and 10 a.m. Pacific Time. I think I have that right. So yeah, definitely check it out. Apple should be live streaming it. Look it up. There'll be many people doing it. Even some of the YouTubers might do it. I know Soldier knows best. He did the iPhone 5s video, a live stream. So check out YouTube for that. And that's about it. If you have any questions, let me know. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Very excited. And any of you guys who get the iPhone 6, let me know. I'll probably be getting it soon. But yeah, later.